Hey everybody, KroppiGamer here, bringing you a Kroppi review. That's right, we have something else to kind of take a look at other than the Harry Potter challenge and Tim Tim. I decided, maybe just, sometime during the week it'd be kind of cool to go back and look at some other games that I play that aren't MMOs, which I know that's probably already a shock to a lot of people. So anyways, to really get this started, I thought, why not pick something that I really enjoy as far as Lord of the Rings goes. I adore Lord of the Rings. It'd be Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, then Harry Potter. But we'll look at the pros, the cons, and then, just trying to give like an honest review of different games each week. To whether or not they're worth your time or your dime. So to really start off with this one, to give a little bit of background, this is a Lord of the Rings LCG. It was done by the original card game. This is a card game that was turned into a video game. Ooh, groundbreaking. Haven't seen that one before. The card game itself by Fantasy Flight Games is actually a fun game. It's awesome. It's a cooperative play. Maybe someone's gonna be the hobbits. Someone else is some elves, and you go up against some spiders, and you go on different adventures and so forth, and hilarity ensues. It's a great. It is a good card game. If you're wondering exactly what an LCG is, it's very much exclusive to Fantasy Flight's idea that instead of what you would think of a CCG, a card collectible game like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and you get a pack and you don't know exactly what's in there. There's a little bit of randomness to it. With an LCG, that element is gone, right? When the next set comes out, like get this box and you'll have all the cards you need for that set. You're good to go. And there's a different appeal for it, but the game itself is actually really good. Now this game, Fantasy Flight decided to work with a company that decided to kind of do a little bit of variations of their actual card game, and this card game is you can find it on Steam. It's probably, if I had to guess, it's probably like 15 or 20 bucks. That's you're really gonna love this one. The original company that decided to work with this game is no longer behind it. It's a different company. But originally, I think there's some interesting mechanics. They had changed some card abilities, and so forth for some of the characters and the cards. Nothing big. It is a little bit different. But I would say that, setting up a Lord of the Rings card game itself is, a little bit of time consuming. I mean, I'm not saying you're setting up a game of Risk or something, but, it's a little time consuming. And so in a way, I could see where this you might have the appeal to come to this game, especially if you're not really around others that have the accessibility to play this game. Is one way to look at playing it online via Steam. However, let's look at some pros. It's Lord of the Rings. I think that's a great pro to start. Another thing that's kind of cool is let me actually get into the game and start moving around, so we're not just looking at me talking. The card game itself, the card mechanics, what they did in changing some of the character abilities and stuff like that. In all honesty, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Actually, a good thing about it. However, that is probably where the pros to this game end. So if you're not really into negativity, this might be where you pause the video and go, okay, well, this is obviously a game that really lived up to being a Kroppi review, because that's what we're about to head into. Where to start on the cons? I'm just going to kind of list some of the ones that really annoy the hell out of me. Well, when we switched to a new company to manage this game, we got a whole new interface. Now, I would say this. If you're a big fan of Windows 8, this game is for you. Okay, regardless of whether or not you even like card games or Lord of the Rings, if you like Windows 8, this is the game to get. Okay, and I'll show you why. It's like, let's see, what should we do? Let's go to Game Select. Oh, look, more boxes. I mean, in a way, these are more rectangle shape, but yeah, I'm really getting the Windows 8 vibe here. Okay, let's go to single player. Oh, look at that, more boxes. Well, excuse me, more rectangles. This is pretty cool. I like this. This is neat. Got a little tutorial, got some adventures, got some campaigns, encounters. It's very cool. Okay, let's let's go to like multiplayer. Oh, look, we're still doing the rectangle thing. Okay. I mean, at least they're mixing it up when they're, mimicking Windows 8. We're getting some rectangles a little bit. We're kind of getting away from boxes. But yeah, and in a way, this is, I think, one of the biggest cons to this game. The interface now is horrible in this game. It is just horrible. I think it's a nightmare to just go through it. But yeah, that was the game select. You can play multiplayer. I would argue probably not anymore. This game is relatively dead. But this is a horrible interface. I cannot stand this interface. That's one of the biggest cons to this game. The other thing is, so if as you're playing the game, you're not going to get all the characters. You have like these heroes, like, oh look, for those that are a big fan of Aragon, there he is. Who else? Oh, there's Boromir. There's the guy that takes three arrows into the chest. Who else? Well, obviously everybody loves Frodo. We can't forget to mention Frodo. But anyways, you have these different characters. Now, as you can see, I don't have all the characters unlocked. I don't have. Let's see. Let's go to a different one. Thranduil. I'll use this as an example. I don't have Thranduil. And so you have this like currency you see up here that I'm showing over. This is like Fellowship, but this is your currency to buy cards and other things we can kind of take a quick look at. But in general, when you play a game, particularly with, if you have like new characters, new deck you're trying out, you go on an adventure and you beat the adventure, you might get, I don't know, maybe like 2,500 to 3,000 coins, somewhere in there, and that might be me being a little generous on that estimate. But you're looking at getting a couple of thousand coins. You know what? I got 1,800 right now. Let me go look at maybe looking to get Thranduil. Huh? Damn. He's 50,000. Shoot. That seems a little high. This was also another change that they decided to add a couple of heroes, and I was like, oh, okay, they added a couple of heroes, and then I go to click on it, I'm like, 50,000? Just to give you an idea how many games you'd have to play to probably get this character. This hero alone is like 25 to 30 games probably. And again, this is probably a conservative estimate. Probably not that far off. But yeah, you'd have to play like 25 to 30 games to get Thranduil. So if you're a big Thranduil fan, this is a great opportunity. I think this is another big con of the game that really just kills it. Particularly, I think the interface alone kills it, unless you just really love Windows 8. Well, and maybe you're a big fan of rectangles. Faragon is the same thing, 50,000, just to give you an idea. It's really core set. Yeah, okay, core set, 50,000. The cards themselves, if you don't have them, I'll bring it up. They're a couple of thousand for two. Okay, that's not, that's, yeah, I can live with that. That I can't live with. 50,000? Like, maybe it's just me, and I'm just not that good at meth, but this is a bit much. This is like way over what it should be. And it's sad, really. It's kind of sad that this has really died off. it had somewhat potential, because again, I agree. Sometimes I just don't feel like setting up the card game. There's other things you can get, like you can go into customizations and get different card backs and stuff, which again, the card back, skip, well, we're in a lot of coming soon here. Well, there we go. See, like this card back's only 1,000. You can get some spiders for people that really like spiders. Like, to me, this is more realistic, you know, or like getting extra cards. But the hero cards being 50,000, yeah. So, just in general, these are some of the. Let me check something real quick. Oh, hey, a little bit longer than I intended, but you know, let's review. Pro. It's Lord of the Rings. I think it, as far as the original video game company that originally did this game, adding a little bit of variations in the character abilities, it was still fun. Switches to a new gaming company, and the interface is horrible. I mean, what? Why do I need Windows 8? Why is this a thing? Please, someone explain this to me. It's horrible. I hate this. I don't like it. I mean, it keeps going. Like, whoa, look, we have variations of we got one square and we got you got some little rectangles here and more rectangles over here. So horrible interface. Maybe I'm the only one. I think it's a horrible interface, and at the same time, I do not like the cost of the euros. So what I would say is save your money. Okay, I would not get this game. I really wouldn't. As much as you might like Lord of the Rings, or you might like playing card games, I would not get this game. If you're interested in getting, you know, playing some Lord of the Rings LCG, and you're looking in a more online environment, and you're okay spending a little bit, I could recommend Tabletop Simulator. People have actually already made the car, you know, some of the car, and this would be to the original game, then playing a variation of it where some of the character abilities are different. Or if you really want to go cheap and you don't want to spend anything, then there's also those platforms too, as far as a more again, those are going to be more to the original of the game. Sad it died. But I cannot recommend this game. This game is horrible. I hate the interface. I do not like the cost of the Euro cards. And it's sad. It really is. But in general, this review has kind of gone a little bit longer than I really intended. But I kind of want to just try something different in this idea of a Kroppi review. That's, I guess, kind of in a way why it's going a little longer than I intended. But hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm thinking, like I said, maybe once a week at some point I'll just pull a game from Steam. I'm like, hadn't played this in a while. Is it still screwed up? Hopefully it doesn't live up to the name of the series, but this one sadly does. Thanks again for watching KroppiReview, and I hope you have a great day.